Fix Auto, the first words that should come to mind after an accident.
I'm stranded on a deserted island, and I don't know who else is out there. Everything here is unpredictable.
Castaways premieres Tuesday, August 7th on ABC.
Now on KEZI 9 News at 5, Oregon on fire.
It's going to impact Oregon. It's going to impact the world.
Deadly wildfires are burning tonight across the state, destroying everything in their path.
Active fire from the house.
I broke down a little bit. It was so scary.
How firefighters from our area are helping with the battle.
Grass fires are pretty dangerous.
And the conditions we're tracking right now in the Storm Tracker 9 Weather Center. KEZI 9 News at 5 starts now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 5.
It is going to be a very difficult fire season. So I ask Oregonians to be prepared and be vigilant.
Oregon Governor Kate Brown has declared a statewide wildfire emergency, preparing the Oregon National Guard to be ready to fight fires all across the state. And tonight, some people in our area are under evacuation orders as fire crews from all over head out to help fight for those fires. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Templeman.
And I'm Renee McCullough. The top priority fire in the entire country right now is the substation fire. It's burning near the Dalles.
And tonight, it's being investigated as a suspected arson. One person, 64-year-old John Ruby, has been killed while trying to protect his neighbor's property. It's burned more than 50,000 acres in priceless grass and wheat fields, devastating farmers.
Waking up this morning and the reality hits that, well, here we are. We got a year and a half to deal with this ugliness, because it's disappointing to lose not just the crop, but you lose the stubble, which protects the ground.
People living all around the fire are being forced to evacuate, and highways in the area have been closed on and off throughout the day. That fire broke out just 48 hours ago.
And teams from Lane and Linn counties are also on their way to help fight the substation fire. KEZI 9 News reporter Amber Wilmarth spoke to Lebanon firefighters today to show us how helping out could put a strain on their own department.
The engine bay at the Lebanon Fire District is emptier than usual. This is where Reserve Engine 31 typically parks, but right now it's in Wasco County along with several Lebanon firefighters helping with the substation fire.
The Linn County strike team left for the wildfire Wednesday afternoon, and they went right to work when they got there, protecting homes threatened by the substation fire overnight. That team is made up of firefighters and engines from Lebanon, Albany, Scioto, and Sweet Home. Even though this is the first team they've sent out this summer, this is something they prepare for.
Last year being a great example, we sent crews down to California. We had crews gone for 2 weeks, up to 2 weeks at a time. So it can be a long time that we'll be without those crews, and we need to be ready to backfill and be able to protect our own district while they're in their absence.
Thursday afternoon, a task force made up of firefighters from Lane and Douglas counties left for the substation fire as well.
Battalion Chief Fitzwater tells me they could be gone for up to 2 weeks. It all depends on that wildfire. In Lebanon, Amber Wilmarth, KEZI 9 News.
Thank you, Amber. Some people living on Tyson Road south of Drew in Douglas County are under a level 2 evacuation tonight because of the South Umpqua complex. Addresses 1642 through 3200 need to be ready to evacuate at a moment's notice. The complex is made up of about 30 fires, and 6 are high priority. The whole complex is more than 1,000 acres, and the largest fire is 300 acres. Crews say they expect to have 1,000 people battling the fires by tonight, and those fires were sparked by a lightning storm.
The Garner complex burning in Josephine County is prompting evacuations. It's more than 1,100 acres. The 12 fires in the group were also started by lightning. Right now it is 8% contained. It should be fully contained by the end of the month.
Evacuations are also in effect for the Hendricks fire south of Ashland. It's burning about 550 acres and it's 5% contained. Crews were trying to drop retardant from the air, but it wasn't reaching the ground because of all the trees in the area.
And Chief Meteorologist Marissa Walson tracking how our current conditions will impact these fires in the Storm Tracker 9 Weather Center. Marissa?
Well, Matt and Renee, the biggest concern over the next few days is going to be the winds. Yes, we've had some cooler temperatures today. Temperatures will remain cool, but the winds are actually going to pick up. Right now, they are mainly out of the north, a little bit of a northwesterly component. into some of these wind speeds moving across the area. But here's a look at the gusts. Along the coast, we've had gusts anywhere from about 20 to 40 miles per hour. We're going to see that again tomorrow. Inland, our gusts have been around about 10 to 20. Tomorrow, gusts are going to be closer to 30 miles per hour, and it's still going to be breezy one more day on Saturday. So that is one of the things that fire crews are having to battle, the winds, and they're mainly going to be out of the north. Temperatures, though, today getting a break from the heat. We are looking at the 70s all along I-5 and near 70 degrees across the mountain passes, 60s, though, along the coast. Now, temperatures are going to climb as we get into tomorrow, but looking at a pretty cool night with lows falling into the 40s in a few spots, though upper 50s for most places. 80s still tomorrow and Saturday inland, but then 90s are back. Still going to be breezy the next few days as well. I'll have a closer look at your forecast and how hot the temperatures will get next week coming up in just a bit. Matt and Renee.
Well, with the high fire danger in the region, officials are cracking down on campfires.
KEZI 9 News reporter Rachel Maurer shows us the new restrictions you need to know about if you're headed out camping.
The fire danger continues as wildfires rage across the state this week. Multiple agencies doing what they can to prevent human-started fires from happening. I met with them today to find out how. The Oregon Parks and Recreation Department has put a ban on any campfires that can't be turned on and off with a valve. They hope by stopping those campfires, it'll prevent the start of any new wildfires. But if you're headed to a Bureau of Land Management property, the rules are a bit different. That's because some of their parks are in places where fire danger is not as high. As of now, you're still allowed to have campfires there inside the metal or rock rings at the designated campgrounds, although that could change quickly. A spokesperson for the BLM tells me many of the fires they see every year are started by humans.
The majority of our fires really are human-caused fires. Upwards of 90% of our fires are human starts. So that's a huge deal to be aware of fire, be cognizant of what you're doing, and to really put these fire restrictions in place. It does make a huge difference.
And she says the restrictions could change in only a few days, so you should always check before you go. For the very latest updates on these restrictions, you can check our website, KEZI.com. For now in Eugene, I'm Rachel Maurer, KEZI 9 News.
All right, thanks, Rachel. Fire officials are investigating a fire at a lumber mill in Eugene that was stopped by the mill's sprinkler system. The fire broke out at BJB Milling and Lumber near Seneca and Roosevelt in Eugene. Crews were dispatched just before midnight. They say the fire started in a silo on the mill's property. Fire officials say the sprinkler system put the flames out, preventing what could have been a huge fire.